Well, it's been a few days since we had power. Power just came back on in my house, a few hours ago. That's at least 3 straight days, closer to 4, that there's no power. And I have not been in my fish room yet. So, I guess I'm going to assess the damage. I can't imagine things have gone over well. I know I had a dead Seleueshi. And the Seleueshi that was dead would be behind that leaf. There is a Seleueshi dancing around. I see another. I really hope the buried female is alive in this tank, because they are so expensive and they are so rare that if they just all up and died, my chance to breed them, I would just feel awful. Any dead bodies probably would have been eaten by the bladder snails in this tank. There's not all that much I can do to coax these guys out without possibly harming them. I don't really want to startle them. Their tanks are back up to temperature, I see. I know there are Seleueshi in here because I saw them. But that's just one tank. Okay, crystal reds and rabbit snails. Well, there's one shrimping around right there. Let's see if we can count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's a 6 back there. 7, 8, 9. I think we got all 10. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. The crystals actually seem fine. I'm sorry if my camera's not pointed exactly where it should be, but I'm just kind of going over everything manually here. Oh man, I do not expect my Neos to have like a huge die-off, but I do expect to see a number of them dead. I am absolutely sure a good amount have been cannibalized from death from one reason or another. But I have a healthy amount of Neos that are alive in my orange tank. Let's see, my girls here in the yellow tank, actually one of them molted. And let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That's about all the girls. These girls here in the yellow tank have been with me for like over 2 years now. I'd actually be kind of sad if they passed away, but they're getting old anyway. So if they pass away, I won't be surprised, just due to their age and the nature of this species. Oh, Big Mama's alive. Hi, Big Mama. It is such a good pleasure to see you. One of them's got the ring of death around the carapace. I have a buried female. So there's that. Plenty of reds, okay. It's not bad, actually. It's another buried female, so even if I lose a good amount, I'm going to have plenty of babies to make that up. Okay, so the reds are sort of okay. And in fact, I have plenty of blues. I don't outright see any dead blues, which is actually kind of surprising. Blues, I feel, are probably the most sensitive. Nope, I spoke too soon. They are eating a dead one right there. Yep. That one's got a lot of white. I don't know if that's muscular necrosis, but I am not going to let that shrimp stay in that tank because that's the thing. Blues are a particularly hard color to deal with because dead ones always look like muscular necrosis. Even though just a regular dead blue shrimp tends to be much more chalky white than any other color anyway, just because the muscles die when the shrimp dies. So it's going to turn white one way or another. But, okay, all these shrimp definitely deserve to have some freaking food. Oh. Let's see now. So, okay, even Jafafari's alive. In fact, he's more than alive. He's pooping like a big strand of poo. So he's been eaten. Manuel, my autosinkless, is alive. This tank is super dirty, but this tank is getting cleaned up and revamped anyway. I'm kind of just letting it be. The filter started back up on its own, which is good. You know, don't want to run one of these hang-on-backs dry. My random tank for whateverness is, I don't really care what goes on there. So it seems like my hardest hit were my Silueshi, although sometimes they really do like to hide. I just saw 3 of them just chilling back there. Sometimes they come out when I shine a bright light in the tank. I don't know why, but it seems to draw them out once in a while. There's one. Let's see if I can zoom in here. I can't tell if that's a female or not. Honestly, the only way you can really tell is once they have eggs. Unlike Neos and Crystal Reds and stuff, it's really difficult to tell the difference between a male and a female on a Siluashi just by looking at them. You can tell if you have infrared cameras because they're so opaque. I do see a few of them. There's at least 4 of them in there. I'd have to count them. Maybe if I put some food in, I can coax them out. They're not pellet food driven. That's one of the problems with them. Well, it's not a problem. It's just how they naturally are. Honestly, I should put a piece of lava rock around here because they love to peck at biofilm, and that'll house a crud ton of biofilm. So, okay, well, the overall damage isn't as gnarly as I thought it was going to be. In fact, most of my rabbit snails seem good. So, yeah, it's just the Siluashis that might have a problem. I know one died, and that was in the previous video, but I don't know how many more since, because it looks like the dead carcass was eaten by the bladder snails, of course. Does not make counting anything easy, so... Well, that's the update. You guys saw it as first time as I did, but literally just got back home. So yeah, there are still people in my neighborhood without power, and that means for them no water because everyone's on a well system here. So I'm gonna be providing drinking water for my community and a place where they can gather safely in my garage that has AC because it's blistering hot out some of these days, and I'm just going to do anything. Like now that I've got all this kind of sorted out, I really need to make sure my neighbors are okay. They're really good people, by the way. Like, I'm not going to say where I live or anything, but I'm very lucky to have good neighbors. They've been helping me throughout all this, and if they ever see this video, thanks, guys. You're awesome.